What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another one. Today we're checking out more Parz. I kind of stuttered a little bit because I ain't never watched it before. So apparently this is like an Australian guy who is covering Australian animals and the wickedness of the Australian animal ecosystem. So yeah, bro, let's check it out. You guys have been asking me to react to this, so let's watch some of this.
Australia has a lot of spiders, but recently we found a new one, because of course we fucking did. And the new one is the most certified Australia moment I've ever seen. For a bit of context, one of the several thousand spider species we are home to is the Sydney funnelweb, the deadliest spider on the planet. Because of course it's down here. Where the fuck else did you think you were going to find it? These scary looking fuckers are...
And that's exactly the reason why I never live in Canada. I said Canada. See, look, this is exactly why I never live in Australia, but I don't know... Yeah, I just couldn't live in Australia, bro. This is enough for me to not want to move there.
Highly venomous and can flatline you with a bite in 15 minutes. And if you think wearing thick clothes will save you, be aware the bastards have fangs long enough to punch...
Oh my God, bro. It looked like my cat's claws.
...through shoe leather. Now, why do I bring these little nightmares up? What is the one thing worse than a spider rocking armor-piercing rounds that can send you to heaven with same-day delivery? A bigger spider rocking the same perk setup. That's right, Australian scientists have found a brand new species of this funnelweb that is even bigger. How much bigger? Well, the standard Sydney funnelweb grows to around 5 centimeters.
Yo, and it kind of looked like a cockroach. It looked like a mutated cockroach. Yo, this is disgusting. It just looked like a bacterial virus. Like if there was an infection and a plague on the world, this is what it looked like. And it got like a thick little butt right here.
Around 5 centimeters or 2 inches. And I mean, if you're asking me, 2 inches is more than enough. 2 inches is actually fucking huge. By comparison, this is the new one. It's twice the fucking size, cunt.
He said 2 inches is huge. I know it's a joke, but I have this comb. I'm pretty sure this comb is, let me see, let me look. Oh, whoa, my phone is, whoa, that was crazy. If my phone is about 5 or 6 inches, this comb is maybe 4, a little bit over. Not too shabby. Maybe he's right, maybe 2 is huge.
4 inches of 8-legged menace to the animal kingdom. But that isn't a...
Wait. The spider is 4 inches? The spider's this big? Yo.
The best part. You see, do you know what they named this thing? Do you know what professional scientists named a supersized version of the most dangerous spider on the entire fucking planet? The Newcastle Big Boy. Deadliest spider on the entire fucking globe. Big Boy. Only in Australia. Australia.
The big boy. They call him Big Boy.
Australia's scariest spider is hiding a deep...
How many different spiders do they... Yo. He named the 3 deadliest spiders. The next video, he proceeds to name even more deadly spiders.
Secret. But what is it? Well, introducing the Huntsman.
I don't know if I can tell you this video, bro. What do you mean cozy? What do you mean cozy? Why are you saying my name as if that reaction is not called for? Do you see? Yo, and then y'all are saying grow up. What do you mean grow up? Yo, if you seen this on your wall right now, gang, you're not doing nothing about it. He owns your house. He owns your house. Y'all are not touching this spider. See, and this is what I'm saying. Like, y'all so tough over the internet, bro. I hope you wake up and see this on your door frame.
The land down under, and the #1 cause of tourists absolutely shitting themselves on camera. And look, in defense of said tourists, I will be the first to admit, yeah, this looks scarier than a f***ing job application. Those gangly ass legs and the hair make him look like Slender Man's testicle. Yeah. Now, as if having a negative charisma stat wasn't bad enough.
I've gotten bit by a spider that was in my bed. Yo, I heard that on average you swallow like 5, like every year, like 5 cockroaches crawl into your mouth or something like that. Something crazy like that. I don't know if that's true or not. I hope it's not true.
I regret to inform you that the Huntsman spider grows up to 30 fucking shit.
What do you even do against that? I need a flamethrower if I'm in Australia.
Centimeters in size, making it the largest spider on the planet by leg span and legally allowing Subway to market him as a foot long. Now, being the spider equivalent of a Ford F-150, you'd think he'd have the common decency to be slow, you know, tank build. Unfortunately, the Huntsman is fucking turbocharged. Now, it's usually at this point in the video that I would inform you that he is also highly venomous, because it's Australia. However, that's his big secret. The Huntsman is a big sweetheart. You see, despite looking like an SCP, Huntsmen are incredibly timid, and on the rare occasion they do bite, their venom is harmless. In fact, seeing one of these bad boys in your house is a blessing in disguise, because if you see a Huntsman in your home, I guarantee you won't see any annoying ass flies or mosquitoes, because he's eaten them. You see, he understands he's big enough that he should be paying rent, and so he contributes to the household in pest control. I personally
have a cat for that.
Have had one of these bad boys as an 8-legged roommate, and I can tell you they're pretty good company.
No.
Except for the part where they cause car crashes. Yeah, you see, Huntsmen like to hide in tight spaces and cracks, and they do it by flattening out their bodies,
bro.
Yeah.
Like I don't have arachnophobia, but I got arachnophobia, bro. This video's freaking me out, bro. It's freaking me out, bro. It's freaking me out, bro.
Now, in the house, that usually means you'll just find them behind a painting, but when you're flying down the highway at 110k an hour and decide to flip down the sun
POV my arm
because God is trying to flashbang you, yeah, they like to sleep in there and you've just dropped one into your lap. Now, whatever you do, don't panic or you're going to crash the... Australia's scariest spider.
I don't know what to say besides this might be scarier than any scary video we've ever watched on this channel. On this stream. I laugh at scary videos. This is scarier than any of that. Look up jumping spiders? No.
This wasp is basically a xenomorph. Introducing the Tarantula hawk wasp, possibly one of the most nightmare-inducing insects on the planet. And the reason it's such a threat to your mental health is because its hunting and reproduction strategy is ripped straight from Ellen Ripley's autobiography.
Scary because it's real? No. Scary because it's a spider. I've never liked spiders ever in my life. Like, if I see a spider in real life, I'm probably not going to act like this, and I'm probably just going to kill it because at the end of the day, I'm a man. But over the screen or the thought of a spider is crazy. You said they're tiny. Just look it up. What? Okay, you want me to look up a jumping spider? What do I gain out of that? Why do this is the Avatar trailer, right? Why do Aang look 25?
We kept Shar as a pet for months.
And then look at the people. Let's hold the spider, guys. All right.
They like uppies. So this one doesn't want uppies.
Oh my god!
Okay.
Oh,
hey, buddy.
oh,
He's gonna go in.
I'm incinerating him. I'm burning down the whole classroom.
That is awesome.
can we keep it?
Do you want to live in there?
But before we get to the strats, you're gonna have to learn a little bit about it first. Native to Australia, because of course it fucking is, this fucker is the largest wasp on the planet. Coming
Jumping spiders aren't venomous. Don't care. Squash.
in at a massive 2.5 inches. Which, I mean, boys, we would all agree, well above average, right? Huge. And this is probably the most effective tool it's ever been because it has the second most painful sting of any insect on the planet. Coming in just barely behind the bullet ant. Pack and a half-inch stinger with a potent venom that has been described as blinding, debilitating, I can't move my arm, and electric. Now,
Why do he let himself get stung? How do he live? He got the
size and poison aren't just for nothing, because as the name Tarantula hawk wasp suggests, they are purpose-built, genetically perfect killing machines designed specifically to violate spiders, making Australia basically an all-you-can-eat buffet for them. But they don't just execute the spiders. No, that'd be too normal. Hawk wasps use spiders to reproduce in one of the most horrific ways possible. And that all starts with a female hawk wasp hunting down a tarantula. As the buff bulk...
I didn't even know that tarantulas were prey. Nah, that's crazy. Tarantulas, wow.
Spider takes a wrong turn down a dark alley. The hawk wasp, noticing the 8 sets of TNs on his feet, proceeds to fucking jump him, flying down from above to land a sting into the spider's abdomen, instantly and permanently paralyzing it. The Bug Harbor butcher...
So they're part tarantula?
Then proceeds to drag the still completely
gosh.
conscious and aware spider
into
an isolated kill room,
oh my gosh.
which is where the fucked up part really begins.
Oh my gosh.
Because our wasp isn't hungry.
He's gonna...
pregnant. And proceeds to lay its egg on the paralyzed spider's abdomen. After about 3 to 4 days, that egg hatches into a larvae. A very, very hungry larvae. Fortunately, there's a whole bunch of fresh fruit right here underneath them. That food being the still paralyzed, still very conscious and aware spider. The larvae burrows into the spider's abdomen and gets to work converting it into a KFC family bucket, consuming it from the inside out, purposely avoiding vital organs to keep the food nice and fresh. After it's done consuming a living being, the larvae breaks forth from the demolished corpse like a fucking chestburster and fucks off to continue the generational arachnid violation. Anywho, good luck getting it.
Yo, you know what I heard? Have you ever heard of that one? I forgot what it's called, but it's this one thing that swims in lakes and waters, and basically its primary objective is to swim up your peen hole. Like it's trying to target and swim up your leg and then go right into the hole, and then it will attach itself onto it. Yo, bro, that one right there, bro. It's why I'm afraid to swim in like lakes and random places, bro. Cause what?
This bird
What do you mean you want to go in my peen?
Has to rearrange its organs and skeleton just to lay an egg. This cute little guy is the kiwi bird, a species of ratite native to New Zealand this time, and the absolute poster child for getting cucked by evolution. You see, this walking featherball is actually directly related to the emu, ostrich, and cassowary, being a member of the same family of flightless birds. However, there is a problem. You see, the rest of the kiwi's bloodline actually looked up a build guide before picking their stat spread, and as such made sure to trade the whole flying thing for something useful, with all of his cousins specking into speed, size, and some kind of offensive capability. So that leaves the question, what did the kiwi pick to make up for not flying? Absolutely f***ing nothing. Kiwis are tiny in comparison to their relatives, coming in at only 4 kilos in weight and 50
So what do they do? Nothing?
centimeters tall.
Look like a good source of nutrition.
This is because kiwis evolved largely on an island with no natural predators, so they downsized and traded out the knife feet and bloodlust for just being a little guy with a good attitude, which honestly worked pretty well for them until the British did British things, and now they have to deal with cats and dogs trying to eat them. And considering this build was not designed for PvP, they have been clapped so hard by invasive species that they are now unfortunately an endangered animal. But getting shafted by the British is just the beginning of the generational violation of the kiwi, because these poor feathered fruits can't even reproduce without getting f***ed over. You see, the kiwi bird's cousins are famous for laying huge eggs. I'm talking hit your protein macros in one meal-sized eggs. And you would think that is because they are large. And you would be wrong. Because their vertically challenged cousins have to lay eggs the same size.
That's crazy. Why are their eggs so big?
A kiwi bird lays eggs 20% the size of their body. With the egg being so bloody large, it rearranges their internal
Oh. Yeah, you're done. Your whole entire intestines is gone. Yeah, bro, that's natural selection at its finest, dude. I don't know what type of build they have, but it's cooked.
organs and stretches
Cooked.
their rib cage just to be able to hold the thing. For reference, that is like a human giving birth to a 15-kilo child. That's not a bun in the oven anymore. That's a whole f***ing bakery. This isn't a spider. It's a snake. Introducing the Iranian spider-tailed horned viper. As the name suggests,
Gang, what?
native to Iran, and you are all probably wondering why the f*** this snake has decided to attach a cosplay of the average Australian resident to his tail. The answer is food. You see, every known snake species is a predator. Some eat Bambi, others eat Remy, and the spider tail, not unlike myself, absolutely fucking loves KFC. Further, birds famously tend to fly, and last I checked, note ropes don't have wings. So, how does this viper get his zinger box? The answer is, again, food. You see, birds eat insects, and the spider tail knows this. So, rather than trying to chase his prey down, this lazy fucker has evolved the evolutionary equivalent of DoorDash. You see, when a viper feels like a meal, it'll start the hunt by finding a nice rocky outcrop to curl up on like a couch. And due to the camouflage on his scales, this
Bro, I am not Jules Kounde. I look nothing like Jules Kounde. Shout out Marcus Rashford.
snake becomes practically invisible. Once he's nice and cozy, he begins to slowly wiggle his tail back and forth in front of his face, perfectly mimicking the motion of an insect. Think
So he just like trapping them on some cool.
if this is him placing
Do you like
his
snakes? No, I don't. I don't like snakes. I don't like snakes. I don't like spiders. I don't like insects for real. I'm not a big fan. I'm just not a big fan. I just don't see what use case I have for ever being near one of those things. My species has evolved to a point where we've domesticated and put all those animals in captivity just so that we can feel comfortable about ourselves. And I would like to keep it that way. Do you like frogs? Not per se. Like, I'm not gonna have an aquarium or a little setup for these kind of animals. I don't even really want ferrets around me because ferrets will climb up your back and like wrap around you. And I'm the type of person that if I'm like doing something and they do that unsuspectingly, you're gonna get flipped out like nunchucks. Bro, I want a moose. Okay, bro.
an insect. Think of this as him placing his Uber Eats order. Meanwhile, up in the air, our undercooked chicken tender is flying around when, holy shit, a free meal! What a delectable bug just sitting there on that rock. And so, Tweety Birdie swoops down to grab himself an insect Happy Meal. And just as he's about to reach his meal, this is...
Jeez. Good traps.
Aussie farmers thought they were being attacked by aliens. But what was actually causing it is so much funnier. This is a wallaby, the kangaroo's vertically challenged little cousin. Now, to get a little more specific,
I've heard people talk about wallabies. I didn't know it was real.
this is a Bennett's wallaby, native to my home state of Tasmania. And that location is very
Australian Alabama? What do that mean?
important to the story. Tassie is home to a lot of things. Beautiful
Y'all boys be going crazy on y'all cousins?
views, a seal with a felony record, and the nut. However, one thing they tend to leave off the tourism brochures is drugs. Tasmania is the world's largest exporter of legal opium, the main ingredient in opioid painkillers like morphine, with this one tiny island producing 50% of global supply. Now,
Yo, they probably be over there cooked.
opium comes from poppy milk, and to get poppy milk, you need to milk poppies.
Okay.
And to produce that 50% of global supply, Tasmanian farmers grow huge fields of these things across the north of the state. However, because throwing these flowers into a crafting table gives you f***ing narcotics, these fields are legally required to be under extremely tight security. Which is why these same poppy farmers became extremely confused when f***ing crop circles showed up in the plant equivalent of a f***ing Town Hall 9 Clash of Clans base. They were understandably absolutely f***ing bewildered by this, and some people even thought it was aliens. So to figure out whether or not it was a Halo Elite drawing this shit, they set up some cameras, and what they saw was this little shit breaking into the field, eating the milk-filled buds, getting absolutely off, and then hopping in circles until he passed the out.
Yo, so you telling me wallabies like to get lit, huh? Yeah, I might gotta chill with a wallaby one day. That reminds me of that one movie. What was it called? Cocaine Bear? Yeah.
They thought the f***ing Covenant were invading, and it was a drink-driving wallaby.
Seem like every species got their degenerates.
This seal is such a menace that he routinely gets the cops called on him. Introducing our protagonist, Neil the Seal, a 600 kilo absolute unit of a southern elephant seal from my home state of Tasmania in the land down under, who is known for, above all else, being an absolute fucking menace to polite society. But despite his crimes, we all still truly love him. But what are his crimes? Well, see, he seems to just fucking hate traffic cones and road safety in general, has regularly been caught trespassing, and then once he has been caught trespassing, belligerently screaming at locals because they won't give him his fucking fish, and has been known to just block roads by plopping his fat ass down directly in the middle of them. However, hands down, the funniest shit he has ever done.
But like, he don't like the water? Like, what, he bored? Like, what causes the animal to do this? Don't they want to stay by their natural habitat or by their, species? Don't he got a mate or something?
Was just
There's probably something wrong with him mentally.
straight stopping this random lady.
Once again, another case of a degenerate animal.
Has ever done was just straight stopping this random lady from going to work. I shit you not. This motherfucker crawled out of the ocean, up the beach, crossed the road, absolutely fucking bodied this woman's poor letterbox, and then proceeded to plant himself directly in front of her fucking car. She was then unable to go to work because this half-ton beefcake was camping her driveway for so damn long. Local news had time to drive out to her house and cover the fucking story. Now, this is a lot of menace for a single seal to cause. But the funniest part of this is, old mate isn't even fully grown. He's like 5 years old. If you think he can fuck things up now, wait until he's nearly 2 solid-ass tons of blubber and takes issue with the wall of your house. I do not think that seal damage is covered on my fucking insurance plan, dude. This seal is so...
I guess we having seal for dinner if he doing that. Hey, you better not break none of my property. I'm gonna need some reparations and then some.
Touching this plant will put you in the hospital.
I'm dying.
That exists? What?
This is the Gimpy Gimpy plant, a piece of
The
foliage
Gimpy
native to
Gimpy?
the land down under. And surprisingly
Thankfully, it's only over there.
no one, not only is the thing venomous, it is in fact the most painful plant on the planet. Because yeah, no, of course, man, even the fucking leaves down here have a problem with me. Growing in the rainforests of northern Queensland, these hell bushes are covered in tiny hairs that upon closer inspection aren't hairs at all and are actually thousands of hypodermic needles waiting to stab you and break off inside your skin if you so much as brush them. Once inside you, these needles will inject you with, I am not kidding, neurotoxin and cause absolutely excruciating pain. I mean, like comedic levels of pain. With one person describing it as being covered in hot acid and electrocuted, and another woman saying that it was straight up more painful than childbirth and she'd given birth 4 times.
Yo, what?
And the f***ed up part is, the neurotoxin isn't even lethal. So this spiteful
So he's just trolling. He's literally just trolling.
of a plant is hurting you purely for the love of the game. Mind you, there are reports of people saying getting stung by this thing is actually
Why, bro? Who is this Brave Wilderness? We might gotta watch him after this because gang? Why?
worse than being put in the ground. This is because Groot's little hellspawn cousin here can continue hurting you for literal years after being stung. This is because those thousands of little hypodermic needles are actually made out of silicon, meaning your body can't break them down. And with how thin they are, your skin will usually close up over the top of them, meaning that these neurotoxin emitting slivers can sit inside your skin for literal years, releasing more neurotoxin anytime that they're moved or disturbed. This constant, chronic, agonizing pain is so unbelievably bad that there have even been records of, trying not to get banned here, people Alt F4ing existence to make it stop. This
Dang. If I'm an Australian, bro, I'm quite literally trying to move. Why would you got to worry about that's a terrible server to spawn into. The Australian servers, I mean, it's not necessarily even like OD PvP, but it might as well be PvE over there.
This particular incident came from a man who accidentally used one of the plant leaves as toilet paper.
Yeah, boy. You're done, boy. It's cooked, boy. It's over, boy. Your butt on fire, bro.
But I don't think it gets much worse than neurotoxin to the nuts. This is Australia's most common snake, and that's quite a problem, because it's also one of the world's deadliest. Introducing the eastern brown snake, native to quite literally
I got an eastern brown snake.
every state in the land down under. And unluckily for us, this asshole has earned himself a silver medal in the Note Rope Olympics venom category, coming in second place for the most venomous snake in the world.
What?
It is worth noting that third and first place are unsurprisingly also both held by Australian snakes. Because God hates us. However, unlike first and third, the toxic middle child here is a far larger problem. Because putting it like...
Yo, does he have movement tech? Did you just see the movement tech? Why does he have movement tech? Yeah, bro, this is a PvE server, bro. Australia is organic arc raiders.
The toxic middle child here
Proof. Imagination.
is a far larger problem. Because putting it lightly, he's a cunt. The eastern brown is one of the most territorial species of snake in the world, which is a scientific way of saying they operate on the US home defense philosophy. If you dare put a pinky toe onto this guy's property, he will bite your ass, injecting you with a hemotoxin that can send you to heaven via blood clot in under 30 minutes if left untreated.
Whew.
But hey, stay off his property and he'll leave you alone, right? Yeah, one problem. His property is your property.
Get the fuck out of my room and play Minecraft!
That's right, the eastern brown doesn't live out in the middle of nowhere like his slightly more deadly cousin. This fucker is so at home in the suburbs, he drives a f***ing Prius. You can find this burnt piece of spaghetti literally anywhere. Go to put your shoes on, he's turned them into a 2-bedroom home. Hop in the car to go to work. Yeah, unfortunately, that's his car now. Get to work on the job site? What do you know? He works here too. Try to take a shower after a long day at work?
How do y'all Australians manage? How? Bro, if I had to deal with this every day, I had to move, bro.
Off. He's moisturizing. You can't even take a
Can't lie, I'd rather deal with the poisonous food than the poisonous snakes. I'm gonna just keep it a stack.
in the comfort of your own home without running the risk of the dunny being occupied. In fact, these bastards are so omnipresent that out of the 200 species of snake in the country, this ginormous asshole makes up 60% of snake bites. What a cunt.
Out the toilet? Yeah, we're done. So India, yo. All right, we're done. That was some more Parz. If you guys enjoyed that, make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see me live, come over to the stream. IsiahCozy, everything in the description. Thank you for watching, bro.